Hello and welcome. So today's little topic we're going to be talking about today is, are any of us going to be retiring at 70? Are we really? Now, there's been talks, specifically how one presidential candidate, who's a Republican, I'm pretty sure she's like the only one we can think of right now. The only one that comes to mind is, what's her name? Her name is Nikki Haley, I do believe. Oh my gosh, I don't want to speak with the devil. I don't. But she was saying her kids are 20, right? And that retirement should be pushed back to 70. No, pushed to 70, not back. It should be pushed to 70. Now that in itself is a crime. Now, retiring at 65 doesn't even feel right to me. We should be retiring at like, what, age 30? Because what can you honestly do at age 70? What can you do? Retiring at 70. Like, at that point, you're just basically on antidepressants, high blood pressure medicine, and juicing all your food. And possibly just putting in your dentures every single day, unless you didn't take care of yourself. But I found the whole entire thing just repulsive. Just, oh my gosh. But anyway, getting on to my first topic. We're standing at the precipice of change, while also staring at the abyss. What's new? We're millennials, we're Gen Z. Basically, that's what we've been doing for our whole entire lives. We're going from one crisis to the next. Nothing's really going to be phasing us that much. I mean, besides what's going on with the whole entire world right now, as we all both know globally what's going on. And still, we are here. Hey Gen X, but it's looking abysmal. But not to dive too deeply into just the depression of it all, there's still a whole bunch of hope. Incredible hope. Huge amounts of hope. Because we're at this junction where we can either one, stare into the abyss and jump in, or we can stand at the precipice and fly. And I'm really optimistic. We're definitely gonna fly. We're gonna get through this whole entire thing. We definitely are. But it definitely starts with our homegirl. You know her name. We're fighting for her. People are going through some things, right? It's not the blue and white one. No, it's not that one. It's the red, white, black, and green. Absolutely. Standing 10 toes down for her because inequality and injustice to any of us is oppression to all of us. Every single last one of us. And I hope that we understand that right there moving forward. Let's keep that in mind. And if we don't fight and come together, then they'll just end up dishing and dealing out all this punishment individually. And that's something that would just defeat everyone. Don't you agree? I mean, if we come together as we definitely should and fight these powers that be, nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us at all. But even though we all here in the West can be pretty individualistic, and we've kind of been bred that our whole entire lives, and it's been ingrained in us to be so individualistic, individualistic. It's caused us to form this, I guess you could say, hero complex. Depending on who you are and where you come from, you can either be one very communally oriented, or you can be very individualistic, depending on where you are in the world, okay? So for me, I'm very communal, grew up with a whole bunch of matriarchs. I had a patriarch in the family. Like my granddad, but he passed, so he was the matriarch that held all of us together. And then our matriarch, my grandma, held everyone together before she eventually passed. And we're all here doing our own individualistic thing and jumping from situation to situation and, coming together whenever we can, mostly for funerals, which is not good. But moving back on to other things. It's currently very ghetto. I'm not gonna lie, the situation that's going on in the whole entire world is just ghetto. It's really ghetto. From our politicians basically selling out to super PAC groups and all the money that they're spending on themselves from these donors. It's ghetto. They're not representing us as people, only represent their constituents as the rich, and also foreign country entities and powers and all the kind of stuff that can buy them. And that doesn't really give me any incentive to be so gung-ho about the future, but again, I'm gonna be optimistic because what I'm gonna do, stare back into the abyss and how it stare back at me? What? And what are we gonna do? A staring contest? I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I could do it, but I'm not gonna do it. No way. And really, what is the incentive to working till you're 70? Is it because you put in the time and you served and you did all the incredible progressive things in the whole entire world? And why are we so hell-bent on being productive every single time of the day? Look, I'm somebody who loves to be able to push the needle and allow for myself to progress as a human being. That's human instinct, I feel, because you don't want to be sedimentary for your whole entire life. You don't. But what is the incentive for staying at a company until you're 70 and retiring at 70? Because at this point, 401ks are going to be gone. That's not going to be a thing in the future. Those are going to be completely gone. They're talking about you getting a Roth IRA and a high yield savings account. Okay. That's the only way you're going to be making it through any of this. And that's assuming that you can actually put back the money, because right now, everyone's working jobs that they don't want. Burnout is a real thing. And you know what leads to burnout? Doing too much work. Doing far too much work. And working till you're 70? Asinine. Unbelievable. And by the time you're 70 and you're healthy, assuming that COVID assuming that COVID didn't disable you, or you didn't form some type of, disease or heart condition or something like that, and you're 70 and you're healthy, like literally, what are you gonna do? It's only a matter of time before your body breaks down on you. Because you have to live a very active life at that point. Because if you don't have any muscle, you won't really have any savings in order for you to be able to, actually live. Because muscle is what you need when you get older. Because you lose that when you're older. Yeah, you lose it when you're older. Like that's a thing. It's gone. And once that's gone, you'll be falling on bone, and that's when you really got to go to the doctor, and then you got to get put into an old folks home and things like that. So it's the way of the world. And just being in that state and the point where things are slowly deteriorating, and you've dodged all that, you worked all those years, and you haven't formed any type of disability, it's only a matter of time before, in 10 years you'll be like 80, and then you'll be doing the Mitch McConnell mute challenge, I guess. I don't know, but hopefully not. Hopefully, the devil hasn't claimed anyone's soul by then, as they most likely would have Mitch McConnell's. Like literally, how is he still alive? Gee, never mind. He probably don't believe in Jesus. Something else is keeping him sustained. I have no ideas. Clearly, it's nefarious and dark-sided. Clearly, at this point. But thinking on that subject right there, not Mitch McConnell, but the 70-year period. If you don't have any money saved by your 70, your 401k is gone, you didn't invest in a Roth IRA because of the job you were doing, living paycheck to paycheck and all that kind of stuff, there's nothing for you to be able to survive on, and you become homeless, right? What is stopping the government from, the GOV, condemning you for being homeless? Because they're doing that right now, okay? And by the time you're 70, it's probably going to be, hopefully, Cop City will be gone. Like, they ain't gonna be a thing. But just thinking about that, if it is done and it is completed in Atlanta, they're probably gonna be popping up a whole bunch of other ones around the country. And having a very policed existence is not good. It's not fun. And people being individualistic at 70, that's not gonna be good for anyone at all. Because one, you have to have mutual aid in order for you to be able to be safe from any of these systems actually harming you in such a foul way that, it would definitely do when you're 70, But if that does happen and you're homeless, boom, they can throw you in jail. And when you're in jail, you become property of the state, okay? That's the thing. And that is the clincher right there. I do believe that is the reason why they want for everyone to work in these dead-end jobs to have crushing student loan debts for them to siphon all of your money, okay? And then eventually you'll get incarcerated and you'll become property of the state. That's the thing right there. Like, think about it. It's so nefarious, but it seems quite plausible. This isn't like a conspiracy theory right here. Like, I do believe that. Because, if you can't afford a home, you can't afford rent, you move back in. However, that may be a blessing in disguise. People should be able to build generationally with their family, and you can actually, have something instead of you being individualistic all the time. Not bad, but it would allow for you to be more communal and understand that everyone in your family will be able to benefit from this, and you could all build something together. And then you have kids, and your grandma and grandpa, your parents will be there, they'll be taking care of your kids, and then y'all can build on some more things. Actually, this could go pretty well, and this could be a really good preset in order to help everyone to become more communally active. But I guess if you don't have that foundation, or you didn't have really good ties with your family, then I guess that would also be moot. But then again, things can be mended, but sometimes things can't be mended. I'm getting off topic, but that does seem like it's kind of like the thing. Retiring at 70 doesn't seem all that great. What can you do? I do believe you should be retiring at 30. That's definitely something that rings better for me right there. Age 30, retiring, you ain't gotta do nothing. You can just throw double snakes across the whole entire world, get on cruises, live your life, have a family, and then be able to push on through the whole entire world. But retiring at 70, that's not fun. I don't know who and what came with that. Retiring at 60? Look, you're probably on medication by that time. I'm gonna be honest. Hopefully you don't, but it's pretty likely, especially with the American lifespan over here and how we don't eat right, and the food we eat is kind of killing us. So doesn't seem like it's all that good. But stewing there real quick, in the bottom of your heart that I'm right. They want to put us in the prison, use us. And I've seen people use inmates and all that kind of stuff for labor and doing jobs. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Like, you are not treated as a human being whatsoever. And I've seen that. I hate to see it. I really do. God, it hurts my soul. But retiring at 70 isn't something that we should be considering whatsoever, which means that we all need to come together and be a global force for good. Because one, if they try to take us out all individually, then that may be over. But if we all stick together, then we can actually push through and actually get some progress in the whole entire world. But we have to come together. We do. Otherwise, if you think it's every man for themselves, even when they get rid of everyone else, you'll be the last one left. And who's going to be standing up for you? They've taken everyone else. All that's left is for them to get you. Not fun. But we're smart around here. We play things smart. And we stay hydrated. But yeah, retiring at 70, that doesn't sound good. Working a dead-end job for all those years because your time is precious. It's super precious. And you won't get that back. Like, you won't get that back. And you won't get your youth back at all. Like, no matter how many butters, oils, and creams, well, unless you're black, you won't be getting that back. Or a person of color. You ain't getting that back. You just ain't. So I'm sorry. Tough out of luck. It ain't happening, but still. Time is very important, and we use our time to get money and so on and so forth, but it'll only get us so far. And even if you could put back a whole bunch of money, that's only going to be for the few that can actually make it through this. People with six-figure jobs are still hurting. Oh my gosh, people with six-figure jobs are having a hard time. I don't know if it's their living arrangements, lifestyle, I don't know, who knows? I can't say. But we're at a precipice, a very interesting time in our lives where we can really make some actual change. It's prime chaos, shall I say. It's prime chaos, and it is something to think about, because we can definitely make a huge change going into the future. It doesn't have to be so abysmal. We still have time to shake the throw that, you know. We got time. But it was kind of a random video. I'm sorry. But this was about us retiring at 70. Are you going to be retiring at 70? Maybe 30, 45 or something like that? Because honestly, all you need is $7,000 a month, and you can live. You wouldn't have to work ever at all. $7,000 is a minimum for a month. I'm pretty sure you can make it work. That'd be your food, expenses, and a bunch of other stuff included. But yeah, $7,000 a month, you wouldn't have to work again at all. Something to think about. But I'm taking up enough of your time. This has been a very interesting video. Anyway, I'll catch you later, and I'll talk to you later. All right, later.